Hello, my name is Sam Spiva and welcome to another episode of Fresh Daily, where I give you my tips, techniques, recipes, and stories that have inspired my perspective on food. In this episode, I'm going to be doing another round of salmon. Today, I want to show you how I cook salmon in a little bit more of a down-home style. So I will be using another fillet from Taku River Reds up in Juneau, Alaska. They have extremely high quality fish, so I'm really excited to be using that today. I'm using a sockeye salmon fillet. I'm going to be putting on some of my Spiva cooking rub, and I'm going to be wrapping it with nori seaweed and roasting it over open flame. I'm going to pair it with some sweet potatoes that I'm going to cook over some hot coals, as well as some freshly grilled zucchini over the same open fire as well. So let's get into the episode. Okay, so we're starting out here with this fillet of sockeye salmon. I have already taken out the pin bones and taken off the skin. If that's something you want to learn how to do, go back and check out episode 6 of Fresh Daily. I show you how to do it in that episode. But for now, we're gonna start with this already prepped out fillet. And what I'm going to do is take some of this Spiva cooking barbecue rub. If this is something you're interested in getting, go ahead and shoot me a comment here, or find me up on Facebook, Instagram at Spiva Cooking, and shoot me a message. Let me know that you're interested and we'll get some sent to you. So I'm going to give this a nice liberal dose of this rub. This has a lot of great flavors in it. It's going to have some fennel seed, cumin, coriander, paprika, a lot of really great, rich, deep flavors that are going to come out when this is smoked over an open fire. So if you were going to be rinsing this off, you could really give it a douse. If you were going to cure it, I'm just going to use this to really heavily season the salmon and leave it on here. So this is about what I'm looking for. So we've got this salmon here that we are going to place on these nori sheets that I have just lightly wet with water just to make them pliable and malleable. Now we're going to add a couple more sheets to the top here. All in all, I'm using 5 sheets of nori to wrap a side of sockeye salmon. And so you'll notice while you cook the salmon with this nori on it, it's going to really protect it from getting dried out on the exterior, and it's going to allow a lot of the flavor from the seaweed and from the nori to really come through. I think this is a unique technique you don't see very often, but it's going to be extremely flavorful. So next I'm going to prepare some sweet potatoes to cook in the hot coals of the fire. So I've got some sweet potato that I'm going to drizzle with olive oil. And I'm going to also apply a nice hefty dose of the Spiva cooking barbecue rub to these. If you don't have some rub on hand, salt and pepper will work great. And I'm just going to wrap these in the foil. As the fire is going, I'll just place these right in the hot coals, and these are going to provide a really delicious, sweet, rich element to the meal. They'll get cooked nice and soft and tender. If you place them in the hot coals there, it'll just be delicious. Finally, I'm just going to prep a little bit of zucchini to add to the meal. Nice fresh vegetable will be welcome with some of these rich, smoky grilled flavors. A little bit of salt, just keep these really nice and light and fresh. And finally, I'm going to take these green onions, get them tossed with some olive oil and some salt, and then I'm going to get everything over the open flame. This recipe would be a great one for those of you who have the access to a charcoal grill or open flame, but even if you don't, go ahead and just toss all this on your gas grill. It's going to be. So last week I built this fire pit because I was super excited for summer coming, and I wanted a great hangout spot for family and friends to get together around and share life and life's fun and special moments together. But it's also a really great way to cook some delicious smoky food. So tonight I'm going to be commissioning the fire pit. Now that our fire is starting to cook down, I'm going to take our sweet potatoes here and toss them into some of the embers to start slowly cooking while the rest of the fire burns down and we get ready to cook our salmon. Okay, so now that the fire is starting to burn down, we've got the sweet potatoes in there cooking. I put the grill rack from our grill over the side of the fire pit here, and I want to get our salmon going. So I put it away from the fire on the opposite side, so it'll get some nice residual heat, but a lot of smoke, and it won't overcook too quickly. Okay, so now we're getting the nori wrapped salmon onto the grill rack here, and we're gonna let that smoke nice low and slow for probably about 30-40 minutes here, just soaking in all that delicious smoke flavor from the open fire, but not overcooking, not too close to the heat. Okay, so now our sweet potatoes have been roasting in the embers of the fire for about 45 minutes now. Okay, check out this sweet potato. Absolutely gorgeous, beautifully crisp on the outside, perfectly cooked on the inside, juicy and tender. Now our beautiful nori wrapped salmon has come off the grill. I've got some fresh lemon here I'm gonna squeeze over the top. It's beautifully cooked on the inside. The aroma from the rub is just amazing. So now that it's been doused with some lemon, I'm going to slice it up. You can see it's just beautifully set on the inside, perfectly cooked. The aroma from the smoke, as well as the rub on this, is just phenomenal. Mixed with the umami from the nori and the flavor profile on that, this is just going to be outstanding. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Fresh Daily. I will see you soon.